We have all seen true classics of series revolving around the topic of mangaka that have undeniably stood the test of time. Series like Blank Canvas, Bakuman, Genshiken, and now, a new tale to sit upon that everlasting throne. A new work of art that will undeniably and easily take the world by storm with its newfound genius. A new holy piece of literature that we can fap to. Yes, it can only be the Night Cartoonist and her orc editor. A series filled with triumph, endurance, fat anime titties, and tentacle rape. A true concoction that every true classic must abide by. I'm sure that just by looking at the cover that you know that this is the Bible of culture. Now, although it looks like this on the cover, it is sadly not a fantasy hentai. Kind of. But rather instead about an orc editor helping out a night mangaka that is crazy as fuck. These two slowly come into contact with other fantasy creatures and thus help them make manga. If I make manga, I mean randomly making her clothes explode off and me left wondering where the fuck her nipples are. Now the characters in this manga have their own little quirks, you know, their own little idiosyncrasies that will make you sit there and think, that's so me. We have the orc editor that is the stern voice of reason for our little fantasy crew. A mangaka tentacle monster that of course isn't in the story for any lewd reason. He's here for plot development. And Annalise, our night mangaka that says she constantly wants to die and fails at everything. Truly, the most realistic personification of millennials to date. With this group of characters and more, we get to see them encounter random fantasy-like shenanigans, while also simultaneously satirizing the manga industry. Like, there is literally a chapter about a guy who wants to end his very popular series, but his editor keeps feeding him immortal dumplings to keep him alive for a lot longer in order to keep him from stopping the series, and so the editor can keep milking it for profit. Ugh, that definitely doesn't happen in our industry. And that's one thing I really loved about the series. It knows the benefits and disadvantages to the manga industry, takes it and makes scenarios with it, and then randomly throws in a deranged fucking knight whose clothes always explode off. Each chapter is a different scenario with our characters and their manga dreams that usually ends up with it being a humorous, over-the-top conclusion, like a character being forced into a brazen bull for constantly drawing bad backgrounds. But there is another additional thing that makes this series so enjoyable. Yes, an almost, if not indeed necessary aspect that every story needs. And that can only be waifus. And this series has a thick ton of them. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you that I read this story entirely for the plot. No. And don't you dare lie to yourselves either. We all get up in the morning for one thing and one thing only. Anime bitches. And this manga has quite a number of them with everything you could have ever wanted. Yeah, we got a slime lolly that also conveniently transforms into an online art program, you specific fuck. Yeah, we got that sexually repressed, porn-addicted nun you ordered, you sick fuck. This just in! You can now fuck a plant! You fuck! The options are endless. And most certainly concerning. But you can die knowing that your fictional fantasy niche waifu exists, and most definitely doesn't love you. But that doesn't mean you can't have a self-loathing fap to them. Another thing that makes these waifus so good is the quirkiness of the characters adds an element to the manga that you can't really find in any other manga that just makes the comedy so comedic. Seeing the slime lolly weirdly be the voice of reason instead of acting childlike, the priestess being a sex-crazed freak instead of the hime ara bitch, and of course our deranged knight that always tries to kill herself when the smallest inconvenience pops up. Like, bitch, same. Having them and many more thrown into this series and seeing that makes the ecchi scenes that much more uncomfortable. This shouldn't be happening. This doesn't fit these characters! I can truly say that although it's just a comedy manga with random scenarios in each chapter, after reading a volume and experiencing it, it always felt very short. And that's mainly because I really enjoyed it. It was refreshing to see the comedy being done and the quirkiness of the characters, as well as the farm-fresh anime titties. And that's what made it that much more painful when I saw just how short the series really was. It's a really short series with it only being 3 volumes, And I mean, you know, when you think about the story about it really just being about an orc mangaka editor helping out a knight mangaka, how can you kind of prolong that series? I don't know. So it's probably for the best that it's only this many volumes. But although it isn't very long, it was an extremely enjoyable, dumb yourself out to kind of read that I will definitely be rereading sometime in the future when I need a little extra shot of coochie in my day. So if you are looking for a short series that will definitely make you laugh, then you should definitely read this series. And if you don't laugh and feel inclined to tweet at me that I wasted your time, suck a dick, dumb bitch! If you would like to read this series, it can actually be purchased off Bookwalker. It's actually on sale right now until October 31st, and if you use coupon code Sydsnap for 600 yen off your first purchase, that makes this manga essentially $1. That's a pretty good deal, my guys. $1. The link can be found in my subscription, so make sure to click on that. Go check out Bookwalker in general. I fucking love Bookwalker. Go! Thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I love making the content I do, but because it's so odd, it is often demonetized. So, if you are thinking about supporting this channel, then please type in this link here, or check out the link in the description. Alright, thank you guys again, and ta.